Welcome, Libra. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon reading in Virgo. I have to keep checking the microphone because I've already done a couple of readings without the microphone turned on. The new moon will occur on September the 2nd. It's going to be impacting an area of your life that concerns the endings of things. You're closing out, you're finishing up, completing cycles in preparation for beginning new ones. So this is a general reading and it will not resonate for everyone. If you would like a personal reading, there is information in the description box below about the readings that I offer. I am so grateful for your presence and happy to be here. So let's get started, Libra, with your overall energy. The Magician. The Magician is about exercising your creative will. By that I mean creating something, a project, a business, a community, a recipe that reflects who you are, what you can do out of your awareness of the correct utilization of all the tools you have available to you. You have everything you need right where you are to do something that you wish to do, something you wish to build, to create, that exercises an expression of who you deeply are, what you deeply desire and know is possible in the world. In the 10th house, this is your social identity, the way others see you. The Justice card is very clearly about equalizing the resources in the world, in your community, at your job, among your colleagues or collaborators, family members. This is about recognizing how you have perhaps received unfair, unequal treatment, and that you are now, rather than feeling a victim of circumstances, in a place of empowerment. That empowerment can look like advocating for yourself, advocating for others who have shared a similar experience, and moving along a plan that gains you access to what you have already earned, what you are deserving of, what you are owed. So this really is about reclaiming your effort, getting due just treatment for your effort. In the first house, we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups here is describing your perspective on the world and how it has softened. And it's interesting to me that the more you distinguish yourself from the expectations of others, the more you articulate your own desires and needs in the world, greatly empowers you and gives you the sense of satisfaction that you're doing what's right for you, that you feel good about the efforts you're making, not disconnected with the consequences of those, that you recognize that you're doing what comes from your sense of empowerment, gifts, skills, abilities, and that you are taking ownership for yourself as a whole person, for experiencing the pleasure in the work that you do, in the ability to gain a vision that you feel competent and confident in being able to execute. In the fourth house, this is the house of your history, your home, your domestic environment. The Queen of Pentacles is really grounding you in this ability to recognize resources, work with the resources that you have, and to maximize the rewards from your efforts. You are in real sync, not only with the resources you have or with natural rhythms, but with the people you work with. There's a sense here of you taking care of others, but not by giving them things, by showing them how to work and build, to be diligent, to be disciplined in order to see a project through and to ensure its success by participating in it responsibly. So this really is anchoring this reach for greater justice, this way of implementing greater fairness in your world so that all the members of your community, your team, your family experience this equal reciprocity, the sense of claiming, asking for, addressing the things that have not been, that are due, that are owed. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, the Five of Swords is indicating a sense of self-doubt, a place where you're not entirely sure. And one perhaps case could be where you are sharing your idea for a new project, something you want to create with others, and not getting the pledge of support that you would expect, that you would like to get. And part of that is a sense of not being taken seriously, a sense that that you fall back on some sense of inadequacy, that you're not doing something right or well, that you're not deserving of the support that you're asking for. And in many ways, this is more about you than it is your community. Here you are quite possibly picking your battles and knowing that, particularly if you haven't been able to receive support in the past for things that you would like to accomplish, you are aware that the environment you're in, despite your contribution to that environment, may not be the place where assistance is available. And in fact, you may need to go elsewhere in order to not simply be successful, but more to get the help that you believe your idea, your proposal, your plan is worthy of. This is a real point of anxiety and fear for you, asking for help, having to ask for help, the vulnerability of that alone, let alone the response you're likely to receive. And for Libra, if this reading is resonating, I hope you're going to like this video, share this with others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I thank you all for all the support that you give me. Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. And I like that. It really very much is talking about the prevalence of the energy of the Magician card in your life, that you're allowing yourself to dream from your heart, from your talents, from the source of who you are, rather than according to the expectation or treatments of others, which has been, in many cases, for many of you, very imbalanced, very unfair. I pulled the Atlas Bear, and the key word is appreciation. Take charge. Use your mental and physical strength to overcome adversity. Protect and cherish what you love. This feels in real dialogue with this perhaps anxiety about asking for help or anticipating being told no, and falling back on your own plan or your own ideas as somehow not being adequately fleshed out enough. The Nine of Cups in the first house is clarified by the Five of Earth in the second house and the Two of Fire in the third house. Yes, you've definitely had some experiences, Libra, where you have been quite possibly labeled as a person who only was capable of X and was not capable of Y. And you are absolutely changing that story. And it's coming from your heart, from your sense of who you truly are. You are meeting resistance because there's a whole community of people that don't believe, and many of them are caregivers, they're relatives, they're people that think they know what's best for us, or they're trying to protect us. However, you are changing the way in which you are aligning your aspirations, your values, your goals, the way you see abundance as possible for what you do. You are releasing that sense of limitation and recognizing that as long as you buy that story of who you are, then you are restricting yourself in your own movement. You're also in a place where you know what you do well. This is telling me you know what your gifts are. And that doesn't mean that others don't see your gifts. It merely means that you know on the basis of your gifts, of what you do well, what your expertise is, that you can take that energy and translate that into some growth, into a new direction, into a new project. And for a lot of people, that is scary, right? You're planning for the future. You're looking outward to unfamiliar communities. And some people would rather have you stay in a safe, albeit unsatisfying position or role that they see as customary for you. In the fourth house, the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the World in the fifth house and the Three of Water in the sixth house. Now, this is interesting because the World is talking about coming to the end of a cycle, completing something, uh, receiving recognition for that. And something here is telling me that you recognize the end or completion of this particular journey or achievement that you've been able to make, to master, is in no way the end. It very much feels like the beginning of something for you, something new. And you're actually understanding that your greatest allies or resources are those who have supported you through thick and thin, those that celebrate your gift, those that don't take your generosity, your vulnerability, your ability to keep safe and protected space around this ability to share difficult feelings, difficult experiences, as well as celebratory ones in a protected space. So there is some interesting place. It's almost as though there's a group of connections, intimates that understand that this wrapping up of something, this completion, this celebration of rewards or recognition that you're receiving for an achievement is really the launching pad for something else very different from what you're doing, or something that really is your baby, your idea, your plan or proposal. And these are people who are invested in helping you in whatever way they can. In the seventh house, the Five of Swords is clarified by the Two of Water. In the eighth house, and the Eight of Earth in the ninth house. It's so interesting that the idea of a deeper connection to yourself, a deeper reflection of your gifts and talents, an ability to communicate that, to learn about that, to share that with others, is providing you with this ability, this desire, this passion to build something that reflects that sense of deeper connection in order to pursue a dream, a deeply held dream, perhaps one you never dared to articulate in the past, but that ability to connect with your own potential in order to follow your dreams is something that is being reflected in all your relationships. You're finding alliance with people that are similarly empowered. And it's not about the appearance of things, but it's about what you know to be best for you, what feels right for you, where you do get the support that you're deserving of. So your anxiety about asking for help, perhaps receiving help from those that you would like to get it from or you expect to get it from, actually looks like it's coming from a connection with somebody who, like you, recognizes your purpose, who you are, and is willing to join with you on this adventure of creating something. Perhaps this is something you're joined regarding the accomplishment of this goal, this new plan, this new thing that you're building. But it feels as though no matter what the response to your request from help is, there are others who acknowledge that there are many ways to skin a cat, and that if you don't find a yes here, you're certainly getting a yes from your intimates and your deeply connected friendships and allies, your partners. And that actually it is through this desire to overturn the way that others have seen you, to be limited by that, which is netting you the most significant partners in your life. Your ability to face up to that and change that and say, I want it to be different. I know I'm different, is where you are not only partnering with those who are aligned with you, but you are both willing to do the work. This is the diligence, the understanding that you have something golden that you can develop. And you're not only developing the ideas of this project or the possibilities of building something amazing, you're also improving on the qualities of yourself, your person, perhaps polishing off your education in a new way in order to achieve something beyond what you individually believe is possible. So this absolutely assures your success, as you are very aware that you are preparing for success by achieving this, by recognizing it is a launching pad for something greater. You are doing everything within your ability to improve upon yourself, your perspective, your craft, your skills, your talents, so that they are ready to recognize and participate in the opportunities that become available to you. The Justice card in the 10th house is clarified by the Temptation in the 11th house, which is the same as the Magician, and the Fool card in the 12th house. The Temptation or the Devil card, I don't know which is a better title. The Devil card certainly brings up a lot of fear in a lot of people. Temptation perhaps sounds better. And it occurs to me that in your former uh, in your former belief that others knew what direction was best for you, your ability or desire to comply or conform to what others thought you should do, you may have been tempted to pursue more money because, in their belief, what you did only would net you a limited amount of money. This feels like a sense of deprivation, that you could never have a lot of things that other people had. You know, you couldn't have nice things. There's something there about your conditioning that you desperately want to overcome, that you desperately want to change, that you know is not your truth based on your effort, your talent, your gift, your willingness to serve others. However, all the things that once seemed like the trappings that you would have aspired to beyond what you were believed to be able to achieve, that was a mouthful, you are reevaluating those things, the superficial trappings of success that once you believed that they would be evidence of your overcoming or changing that status or labeling, you are understanding that it has very little to do with what you have, what you're able to show others, with your status. It has more to do with your creative imagination, your ability to be courageous enough to be who you truly are, to live your life according to the goals and the values that you see as most productive and most abundant in the world. And that takes a tremendous amount of courage to reject the values or the expectations of others to have all those nice things, right? To have the house, the car, the 2 kids, the uh, wealthy spouse, whatever it is that we are so often conditioned to believe equates to success and thus happiness. The Fool is further describing your empowerment in pursuing the things that you know are right. This is you putting your faith in the universe, not in your social circle, not in your village, not in your organization or your family, but in the larger universe that encompasses all of that. You trust in yourself. You trust in the universe that if you follow the things that you know are valuable, that you know bring abundance, that generate wealth, that generate prosperity, security, stability for others, that help people grow and improve their own lives, that you will enjoy the journey. And that's where this beautiful lunation is spotlighting. This is enjoying the journey, not necessarily the rewards of the journey or the supposed rewards of the journey, but understanding that success is in knowing that you're on a path that satisfies you, that expresses what's right for you. I'm going to finish this reading with a Yogic Path Oracle, Libra, and truly hope that this has been helpful, insightful to you. And I pulled Thomas. As I looked this up, and Thomas is density, dullness, inertia. You're in a period of hibernation, which is sometimes needed to blossom into a butterfly. Your body is between lines of a poem, notes of a song, steps of a dance. Use this time to fully rejuvenate your system, allowing proper rest and food. Know when it's time to emerge from your cocoon and show the world the gifts you've been cultivating. Stillness is only balanced when followed by action. Thank you so much, Libra, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.